Wow, such a shitload of crap. Okay guys, so I wanted to take some time to talk to you about my build for this season 19. This gear I'm using, the gems, legendary gems, Kanai Cube powers and such things. So in season 19, the Necromancer gets the Bones of Ratma set by completing chapters 2, 3 and 4 of the season objectives. You get 2 pieces per chapter and they're fairly easy to do. Now the Bones of Ratma set out of the 4 Necromancer sets is great for Skeletal Mage build. So you can see the 6 set bonus is each active Skeletal Mage increases the damage of your minions and Army of the Dead 1000% up to a maximum of 4000%. So you gotta keep those mages up, and I'm also using command skeletons just because I think it's better for them to keep as many mobs away from my character, but I might use a golem in the future. So let me just show you my skills real quick. So the primary skill is the bone spikes with the sudden impact rune, which stuns enemies. Skeletal mages, I've seen singularity used the most, so if you have full essence, you summon a very powerful mage which deals more damage. Now the command skeletons, you use the rune, for example, Freezing Grasp, which freezes the enemies. And combined with skeletal mages, if you use Simulacrum, you duplicate secondary skills, so you raise 2 mages instead of 1. You can raise a lot of mages and you can already see the synergy with the Bones of Ratma 6-piece set bonus coming in. To gain essence I use Devour with Cannibalize, which restores health. And Land of the Dead, which every 2 minutes or so gives me free essence basically, and all core skills can be used. I just use it combined with Devour. Now the passive skills, Final Service is a must because in my case I'm kind of squishy. I don't use bone armor, I don't use blood magic. So if I'm taking lethal damage, I have 4 seconds to get out of there without dying. Overwhelming Essence is a must for Skeletal Mages builds just because it increases your maximum essence, quite simple. Extended Servitude also because it raises the duration of Skeletal Mage. And I also use Life from Death. This, when using Devour, you consume corpses and you get health globes spawning. And if you have, an increased range for clutching gold and health globes, it's really great to just grab them while running around. So that's about it. Now let's look at the gear I'm using currently. So as said, the Bones of Ratma set, 6 pieces, and which gems should we use? The diamond type gems for the helmet, which reduces the cooldown of all skills, and of course I'm using Land of the Dead and also Simulacrum, which both have 2-minute cooldowns. Intelligence for chest and pants, so the topaz type of gems increases intelligence, quite simple. And for the weapon, the green gems, which increase critical hit damage. Stat priority should mainly be intelligence, first and foremost, and critical hit chance and or critical hit damage, whichever comes first. For the belt I'm using the Witching Hour, and intelligence is very important. Vitality could be a second best, armor and life increase. For the wrists, I use these just because I disenchanted some other best in slot wrists I had for the Kanai Cube. I'm still looking for better ones right now. For the weapon and offhand, I'm looking for the Jesef set. I already have the Jesef skull shield, and I still didn't get a chance to get the scythe. The set bonus is when the target of your command skeletons dies, your skeletons are automatically commanded to attack a nearby target. Whatever, that's okay. So you only have to use command skeletons once per a pack of mobs. But the second one is great. While your skeletons are commanded to attack a target, all of your minions deal 400% increased damage. So that's really great. You only need to use command skeletons once per pack, let's say for an elite pack, and then the minions deal 400% more damage. So I'm still looking to get this scythe. I've tried gambling blood shards at Kadala with no luck and upgrading rares, but no luck for now. For upgrading rares to legendaries, you will use a lot of reusable parts, which you get from common items, salvaging common items. And these are really hard to get because I mainly do rifts, and then you have to search all the armor and weapon racks for common items. It's a bit annoying. Alright, now regarding the jewelry, the best in slot jewelry set for this build, from what I've read, is this the Traveler's whatever Traveler set. It's an amulet and a ring piece. The Compass Rose is the ring and the Traveler's Pledge is the neck. And if you have both of them, you get this set bonus. The Endless Walk is the name of the set. The set bonus is when you're standing still, damage dealt is increased by up to 100%, excuse me. And when moving, damage taken is reduced by up to 50%. Let me demonstrate that. So right now you can see I'm standing still, and I have above my skill bar this stopping for direction buff. It's stacked 100 times. And if I start to move, you will see the stacks decreasing and another buff appears until it disappears completely, and this new buff is called Walking Endlessly. Damage taken is reduced. So you see, it's 50 stacks. And now if I stop, it slowly decreases, and this stopping for directions buff starts going up again. So basically, this set bonus is great if you're just running around, running into a pack of mobs, elites that hit hard. You get a 50% damage reduction. Then it's also good for kiting mobs around a bit. A second best jewelry set for the Necromancer is this Bastions of Will. I also have both rings. These are two rings. It's called, one it's Restraint and one it's Focus. What do you get for the two set? You deal 50% increased damage for 5 seconds when you hit with a resource generating attack or primary skill, and also when you hit with a resource spending attack. So you basically gain a 50% increased damage buff. And if you don't have this Endless Walk set, then you can go with the Bastions of Will as well. I got both of these sets just by random drops in rifts, starting from Torment 7 and upwards. So it's fairly easy. Legendary gems, let's discuss this for a short while. We have the Bane of the Trapped. And this one is great because you gain an aura that reduces the movement speed of enemies, first and foremost, and then it also increases the damage against enemies under the effects of control impairing effects. So you can see the synergy here. Another one is Enforcer. This is a must if you use a lot of pets like I do. Increases the damage of your pets, and your pets take 90% less damage, which is great. And I'm also using this Zay's Stone of Vengeance, legendary gem. You just, if you're standing away, as far as you can from mobs, you deal more damage, basically. And also 20% chance on hit to stun the enemy for 1 second. That's not really great, but hey, it's there. Okay, so let's see what we have in the Kanai's Cube right now. I didn't get lucky with legendary scythe drops. So there is this great scythe called Raylina's Hook or something like that, which has a better legendary bonus for me, but right now I'm using this just because it reduces the remaining cooldown of one of your skills by 1 second when you slay an enemy. Yeah, that's okay. I also have this weapon, which I might just disenchant for the power, because it increases damage against elites by 49%. So this is what I'm going to use right now until I get something better. Okay? Now for the armor, I used to have these Nemesis bracers, just because shrines and pylons, when you use them, they will spawn an elite pack. But I just got Tasker and Theo, which are, you know, a classic gloves for classes with pets. It increases the attack speed of my pets by 40%. So I'm actually going to disenchant it now and use that legendary power instead of the Nemesis bracers. Ring wise, I still have Crispin's Sentence. You deal 100% increased damage against slowed enemies, or triple this bonus against enemies afflicted by any other type of control impairing effect. So you can see the Bane of the Trapped coming into effect here, because the aura which I gain reduces the movement speed of enemies, and then with Crispin's Sentence dropping in, I triple the damage. Okay, against the mobs. So let me just disenchant the gloves real quick. We'll extract the legendary power once I get all this stuff from the bounties. I just did all the 5 bounties again for all the acts to get some more materials. And maybe I'll get a chance to also craft some royal gems, because I do need to craft a flawless royal gem for the objectives, for the champion objectives. Okay, so coming back right here, we're going to extract the legendary power from Tasker and Theo. And we'll change it right here. And I'm also going to extract the power from the Furnace legendary. Increase damage against elites by 49%. I think it's better than just 1 second cooldown for one of your skills, as I get from the Messerschmitt's River. If I would have gotten a 1% cooldown reduction for both Simulacrum and Land of the Dead, then yeah, I would have stuck with that. But right now, I think it's better to just have a passive damage increase by 50% against elites. Alright, perfecto. So that's about it from me, guys. Moving on, we'll switch the difficulty to Torment 10 and start to slowly do the objectives for the champion set, because as you can see, we're falling a bit behind. So all this I've done, I spent some off-screen time just to gain some more information, get some better gear, see what works, see what doesn't, and give you this short overview of what I think works for the Necromancer. Now, when the season 19 ends, you don't lose the character you play. you can keep playing the character you level up and gear up in the season as a non-seasonal character, and this is probably what I'll do. I can tell you already after about 30 hours played, I enjoy the Necromancer a lot. It suits my playstyle. I usually play casters or ranger type classes with pets, so this is very fun for me. There are also other sets, and not only the Bones of Ratma, of course. You also have the Tragul set, which is good for Blood Mages, Vitality Mages. You have the Narius set, which is great if you're using Bone Armor and Grim Scythe, so more melee type-ish Necromancer. I would like to try that out at some point. And you also have the Pestilence set if you're dealing with Corpse Lance, Corpse Explosion. I did use Corpse Explosion a lot just because it's fun when I level up the character, but it's not very predictable. You depend a lot on corpses for your damage, and so I think the Skeletal Mage build I'm currently using suits my playstyle. It's very good, deals a lot of damage with the right gear. Okay, so guys, I hope that helped. That's enough for me. I'll shut up now. And starting in the next video, we'll change the difficulty to Torment 10 and do some rifts. Okay, hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.